Don't mind that I am in my pajamas. It is late. I am ready to hop straight into bed after filming this video. So let's get straight into it. I have like little dot points again. I always do. Today I am going to talk to you about my two songs, Not Love and At Your Mercy, and how those songs came to life. Each song has its own story, and the process of bringing them to life is very different. They're both so special to me, so let's get straight into it. So, let's start with Not Love. This one is actually inspired by a friend's story. We were talking one day and they shared about a relationship that they used to be in. One that seemed like love at first, but then they started realizing what they thought was love wasn't actually love at all. It hit me pretty hard because I think we've all had moments where we felt like this. Like we were in love, but later on we realized it wasn't really that. So I took the idea and poured it into a song. The emotions behind it came from my own thoughts on love, but it was also reflecting on what my friend had gone through. Sometimes you can get so caught up in what you want or what you think something is that you overlook the reality of the situation. That was a big part of what I wanted to capture with Not Love. The idea of having to face the truth that your feelings aren't what you thought they were. Now again, this song was inspired by a friend's story. There are still bits and pieces in there that aren't related to it, but some of it, a good chunk of it, is inspired by their story. The writing process for this song was pretty spontaneous, that I had to get up and write them down, even though I was trying to fall asleep. So I forced myself out of bed, wrote down the lyrics, the first few lines that had come to my head, and the rest of the song kind of flowed quite naturally from that point on. The melody and the lyrics just came together in a way that felt so honest. It felt really good to get my feelings on my friend's story out and onto like a piece of paper and have it physically in front of me going, okay, this is how I feel. I think that Not Love is a song that many people can relate to, especially if you've been in a situation where you thought you were in love, but when you really took a step back, you realized it wasn't what you imagined. It's kind of about that moment of clarity when you realize what is happening in your relationship isn't love, whether that's a friendship or a partner relationship or whatever. Now, At Your Mercy is a bit different. When I started writing this, I had kind of an image of what I was trying to get out, but I wasn't like, this is what it's about. I just knew sort of in general. So this song is based on something that I've had to deal with personally. To me, it symbolizes a toxic friendship, and I have written a few more songs on this, but this was the first one that I ever wrote. And I was reflecting on how I used to feel when I was friends with this person, and how I would feel this sense of powerlessness. Like when you're in a situation where someone else has control over you, it's that feeling of being vulnerable and realizing you're at someone else's mercy and you don't know what's going to happen next. This person that this song, I was thinking of when I wrote this song, they, at the time, I believed that they truly cared about me. And then I personally started to go through a bit of a rough patch, and when I did, this person showed their true colours of who they were, and yeah, it was a bit tough for me. At first, this song was more of a reflection, to be completely honest. It was a reflection of what I was going through personally, but the more I wrote it, the more it evolved into something deeper. It became more about the tension between being in a situation where you're not in control, but still wanting to break free. Writing at Your Mercy was a way for me to express that feeling of vulnerability, but also explore how people can feel trapped in situations where they don't have the upper hand. But even in those moments, there's this push to keep moving forward. So both of these songs came from such different places, but they are both really personal to me. I think they both reflect different aspects of relationships and personal struggles. Thank you so much for letting me share these stories with you. If you haven't heard the songs yet, go check them out. The link to my Spotify is in the description of this video. And if you've already heard them, I hope this gives you a little bit more insight into where they came from. As always, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!